Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today is May 12th, 2020, and this is the Flight'sON News. So, this popped up the other day and I thought it was interesting. Somebody is creating a Rafale mod for DCS World. Now, I'm turning the sound off on this because 9 times out of 10 somebody's using copyrighted music and I don't feel like getting a strike, but I'll play some of the video here and it looks pretty impressive. My understanding of this, from what I've seen so far, is this isn't going to be a full-on redo module where it changes the cockpit and everything about it. It looks like it's just going to be a skin from what I've read about it so far. But it does look rather nice, and it shows promise. This isn't an official module. This is just the hard work of one person, I believe, by looking at it. But I'll post a link to this video for you in the description for the video, as usual. And you can check this out for yourself, but it does look pretty cool. And it's been going around the various Reddits and Facebook groups for DCS, and I thought it looked rather nice. So check it out if you're interested, and I'll continue to follow its progress and see where it goes, but it does look pretty damn cool. So, Flight'sON is a website put together by Aaron Malik. I don't know if I've butchered his name or not, but it's E-R-A-N, so I'm pretty sure that's pronounced Aaron. He's a good bloke from down under, and he frequents a lot of the groups that I'm part of, and he's a really cool guy, and he really loves the Tomcat. And I think this dude has really accomplished putting together what seems like the impossible. And it's fantastic news for any of you who love the Tomcat like I do. Join us for celebrating the golden anniversary year of the F-14 Tomcat's first flight. It's the 50th anniversary. Kind of crazy to think, but he has managed to put together a live stream event that includes such a huge list of people who are really involved in the F-14 community, or have been, because you know the F-14's retired at this point. But it goes on to say, hosted by Aaron Malik from Flight'sON, Francesco Paco Chirici, and Dave Bio Baranek. This live stream event is free to attend and will be broadcast globally via Facebook. It's going to happen on the 16th of May, and it's going to start at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time in the U.S. Just unbelievable the lineup this dude has pulled off. Attendees to this exciting one-of-a-kind event also automatically go into the draw to win fantastic prizes, including books, DVDs, and signed photographs, and an amazing 11 individual license for DCS F-14 Tomcat to give away. So HeatBlur is involved, which is really cool. So HeatBlur has tossed in 11 licenses for the F-14 Tomcat module, and that's why I think it's pretty exciting for viewers of the show, because if you guys don't have, you know, the F-14, and I know people that watch my channel love DCS, then here's an opportunity to sign up and have an opportunity to win a license. And the Tomcat doesn't usually go on sale very often, so I think it's a fantastic opportunity. In addition, they'll be chatting with the development team from HeatBlur about how they developed it, from just an idea to a simulator that almost brings tears to my eyes, or tears to the eyes of former Tomcat pilots and Rios with how realistic it looks and sounds. Aside from the fantastic prizes on offer, you'll also get a chance to ask questions to the guest. So there's a bio for pretty much all the guests that he's going to have on here. There's Paco, Dave Baranek, Megan Slick Flanagan. She was in the Speed and Angels documentary. I don't know if you've ever seen that. It's on Amazon Prime, but it's definitely worth watching. Really cool stuff. It's a great video documentary that goes into detail about the last two I believe it was the last two F-14 Tomcat pilots to fly the Tomcats before they were retired. I believe it was 2006. Jay Face Shot Consalvi, he was also in Speed and Angels. Dave Hey Joe Parsons, John Hooter Schreiber, Eric Hildebrandt, an aviation photographer, Brian Billy Kocher, another Tomcat pilot, Rich Popeye Doyle, John Roll Kaiser, looks like he was a Rio and a Rio instructor, Bill Libby Lind, what did he do? He was a Rio, F-14 radar intercept officer, 3,000 hours in the F-14. And Aaron Malik, who has put this thing together, and it's just going to be fantastic, guys. It really is. It's going to be unbelievable. I'm going to throw a link to this, and you really should sign up. I was talking to Aaron about it, and he was telling me that this may last like 8 hours because of the number of guests that they have, set up for this. So all these real-life pilots, Rios, photographers, and then the heat blur team on top of that. It's just going to be one hell of an event. I think the hardest thing will be just to be there for the entire thing if it's going to be 8 hours. But you really need to sign up for this because at the very least, it's an opportunity to get your hands on the possibility of being a winner of one of the Tomcat licenses if you don't have it already for DCS World. And again, this is just a monumental event to celebrate the 50th anniversary of the first flight of the Tomcat. And I still don't know how he put it together because it sounds like a very monumental effort to get all of these real-life people together like this. But it's going to be a once-in-a-lifetime event, and it's definitely going to be really fun. Go sign up. Just do it because it's going to be fantastic. So it looks like the guys over at AirCombatSim podcast have posted episode 8, Community Takeover A10C Warthog. So it looks like in this episode they've brought in somebody that was a viewer, and at the same time he also just happened to be a real-life crew chief for an A10C Warthog. So it sounds like a pretty cool episode. I haven't had a chance to view it yet, but or listen to it since it's really more of a podcast, but there's a video of it. I'll throw a link to that in the description under the video as usual. This is something I saw somebody post about. So it looks like the WinWing guys that sell the F-18 throttle and stick together may be breaking free and selling them as standalone products. As you can see on their store here, it looks like they have the throttle base by itself for $349, and the base for the joystick for $349, and the stick sold separately for $215, and the handle sold separately for $215. Looks like they're kind of going into that modular design phase like they were talking about maybe for the adding the collective to this thing and turning it into a collective throttle as well. Interesting stuff though. Thought I'd post this. Still haven't seen these firsthand. Not quite sure how the new samples have been, working out for people. I just know the first run wasn't all that great and there were some issues. But it's worth reporting. I'll throw a link to this in the description as usual. At long last, Chuck's guide for the DCS F-16C Viper has been dropped. It's out. You can download it now. I'll throw a link to this in the video description as usual so you could check it out for yourself. But pretty cool stuff. The Chuck's guides are the best guides that you can get on the internet to get you started in any DCS module. And actually what most people don't know is I'm pretty sure there are guides for more than just DCS. Yes, he's got IL-2 guides. He's got Cliffs of Dover guides. He's got FSX and Prepare 3D guides. And he has X-Plane 11 guides. I don't know that everybody knows this, but Chuck does more than just DCS guides. I believe he started out with the IL-2 guides, to be honest. when I was listening to Chuck on the was it the AirCombatSim podcast when he was on there a few episodes back. So cool stuff, and I will be sure to include a link to that F-16 guide for you in the description as usual. All right, guys. It looks like the the going joke of it'll be released in 2 weeks is coming closer. Matt Wagner, posted yesterday a video of the Supercarrier Quick Start.
Hey everyone, Wags here from Eagle Dynamics, and in preparation for the release of Supercarrier later this month, I wanted to first do a little quick start, particularly for new players to understand how to install the game, select a mission, and jump into an aircraft. So first, once you purchase the module from the eShop, you'll install it by going to the Module Manager here at the very top. And once you're in it, you'll be prompted automatically to install the module. Once you do that, you'll have an icon along the bottom of the screen. You may need to use the arrows on either ends of the icon bar to find it. And it's going to look just like this, Supercarrier. Oh, what's that P-47 doing there? So, we'll select Supercarrier. We have a fancy wallpaper. And once you do that, you can see that you're definitely loaded up and ready to go. So, the next step is, of course, you want to fly a mission. Now, the Supercarrier works a lot like the maps, in that there isn't a separate set of missions for a map or for the Supercarrier. Instead, the missions for the Supercarrier are part of the mission list for the aircraft. So we'll go to mission, we'll select a carrier aircraft like the Hornet, and we see a long list of missions here. But you'll see a couple sets of mission qualifications: Supercarrier Case 1, 2, 3, cold start and launch. We have both for the Caucasus map as well as the Persian Gulf. And a little bit later we'll be starting to add some more complex mission like combat missions as well. So to make this simple as possible, let's go ahead and select Supercarrier Launch. And we see here we have the heading of the carrier, its pressure, TACAN 71, X-ray, and the ICLS. So go OK, and we'll load up. All right, so we're here on Catapult 1 and ready to go. Getting hooked up to the catapult shuttle. And in front of us here, we see the shooter waving his fingers up in the air. And that's his hand signal for us to go ahead and increase throttle. So go ahead and we'll move the throttles to maximum. And the next step is to give him the salute, indicating that we're ready to launch. And you can do this one of two ways. The easiest way is to press left shift, left control, and S at the same time to set the command. And we'll see that here in the options. So go to Controls, F-18 Sim, Communications, and then we have Pilot Salute. So you can actually set this to any key command you want, or you can even set it to a HOTAS command on your controllers. Come back out. The other way to do it is hit the / button on the keyboard to bring up the radio dialog. Go to Parent Menu, Ground Crew, Salute. Now that lets him know that we're ready to launch. He gives the signal, and away we go.
Now there's a pretty cool video that Aaron had put together, and the problem is it uses Heat Blur's soundtrack, well, Meteor's soundtrack for Heat Blur's F-14, which is copyrighted material. But I'll play the video for you, and I'm going to turn the sound off because it's pretty cool with or without the sound as it is anyway. And just to show you what he's put together for an intro for this. But again, I can't stress enough how awesome this event really is going to be. So check it out for yourself. Alright guys, that is it for the news for May 12th, 2020. As always, thanks for watching. Please subscribe to the channel. Feel free to hit that like button. And until next time, guys,